Hello tech enthusiasts, welcome back to Prime Coding. In this particular video, I will be covering most asked interview question. Now you think software engineering? How it is possible? Guys, if you don't believe me, go towards the interview question that were asked in June, July in 2024. You can see most of the interview experience contains of what do you mean by SDLC? What do you mean by software engineering? What do you mean by Scrum, Agile, and much more? So I fetched out the most important or repeated one in the terms of software engineering, because if you are from computer science and engineering background, you might encounter this subject in your code curriculum. But if you are from EC or any other non-tech branches, then definitely this subject you have not got an idea of. What is it all about? Why it is important in the interview? And this is the main reason that people got rejected. Yes. So in this video, we'll discuss all the most asked problems. So this question will definitely help you out to ace your upcoming TCS or any other service-based company interviews. Okay, so let's begin with the very first question. As you can see, what do you know about software engineering? First question is this. When I ask this to a guy who forget about definitions and don't have exposure in this, they usually say software engineering means we are engineering something, we are building something, we are creating application, hosting website and stuff. But it is not all about software engineering. Then what is software engineering? You need to tell this explanation, or I would say definition, in two parts. First part is the core definition of software engineering, and the second part is the application. Okay, so if you see the definition, I framed in that particular manner only. So software engineering as a systematic approach to designing, developing, testing and maintaining software systems. This is the key definition that you need to speak in the very first hand. Now, what is the application? Which is, if you use the underlying principle in software engineering, which is principles, methodologies, and practice, which aimed ensuring software is reliable, scalable, and efficient. Okay, as you can see, if you follow software engineering approach, then your software system will be reliable, scalable, and efficient. So this is the manner that you need to speak. Friends, as if you are from computer science or any other branch, and these particular subject is totally a subject in whole semester, you need to study the subject for 6 months. So I tried my best to shorten the definition so that it will easy for you to go through all the lines and fit the main keywords. Like here, the keyword would be systematic approach, developing, testing, maintaining software system and stuff. So you need to fit these keywords into your mind. So someone asked you, you just need to tell it. Okay, now you can use mnemonics and any other approach that you love to gather all the points, because software engineering is all about the points. Okay, so yes, as you can see in the diagram, software engineering, which is download, bugs, install, network, update, script, language, application, is one of the types of software engineering. Using software engineering, you can form these types of applications. Okay, great. Now, the most famous question, which is what is SDLC, which is also called as software development lifecycle. Okay, now most of the people, it is a core question. Okay, if you know, you know, otherwise you don't know. Yes, so SDLC is a process used by software engineers to develop high quality system in systematic manner. Yes, so you can see how this definition is showing some weight. Is it in software engineering? Every software engineer is using SDLC tools or principles. Now, if I talk about the key phases, okay, the key phases of SDLC would be requirement gathering, design, implementation, testing, deployment, maintenance. So these are the points. But most of the people have issues to understand all these points. So I will try to relate it with a real-time example. Okay, I will take some other, instead of tech, I will take some other example which makes sense with you. Let's say you have a party or gathering or marriage that you want to attend. Okay, now there would be a dress code or there would be a family color code that you need to follow. Is it? Firstly, try to gather the information. Okay, we need to wear blue or dark blue or red, what type of color that we need to choose. Okay, when you gathered, okay, I will wear this color and the type of cloth would be of this type. All the resources, all the requirements had been gathered till now. After that, the design part. Now you sit together and think, okay, I will wear sherwani, I will wear suit pant, I will wear jeans, I will wear t-shirts and stuff. Okay, now your design is also being done, like which type of, it would be round-headed, it would be type of collar or stuff. Now design is done, the color, cloth requirement, everything is done. Now there is a part of implementation where you will find those clothes in the market. Okay, let's get that cloth out. You got all the clothes with you. Now the testing part, you will go to the trial room and test. Okay, is that dress or any other cloth which is top or bottom looking good or not? If it is looking good to you, then only you will wear to that in the party, marriage or anywhere, so that you deploy yourself with the party. Don't you think? Yes. And in the type of maintenance, as if you bought a blazer, then definitely you need to put that blazer into dry cleaning and stuff. Is it? So this is the real life example I related to. Now, just similarly, you can relate these stuffs when you are building a project. Project without requirement is nothing. So firstly, you should have a requirement. Okay, I should have a login page. I should have cards, templates and stuff. After gathering this, you need to have a UI UX. Okay, I gathered everything that my website should have in the written format. Okay, I need design, the UI UX. The UI UX team will send you the design. Now the coding part has been done. After that, you did a whole coding. Now we need to test on the boundary, edge, corner cases as well. Now, if your testing phase has been qualified, then I will go towards a deployment. Yes, I will deploy a project and the maintenance team will keep on maintaining it if any bugs come out or some new features we want to add or any other maintenance that we need to do. So this is the main part of SDLC. You need to talk about these 6 steps whenever someone asks you in SDLC. And people who are looking to take mock session, please study this because one of the hot topics that we usually ask, is it? So, important topics for interview, because most of the people I got in the comment, sir, I am totally clueless what I need to study, what would be the roadmap, what would be the authentic topics that we need to study, important topics and stuff. So there is a webinar that I'm hosting on the 20th of October, which will help you to get to know about the whole roadmap. Okay, because I mentor 200 plus students where I spend 400 plus hours. You will get all these learning in just 60 minutes of session. Okay, and every minute you are just paying less than 2 rupees. Then what you are thinking for? Just head on to it, get your roadmap, get your important topics with you and start preparing. Okay, so question 3, which is what are agile methodologies? One of the second highest frequently asked problem, agile methodology, and one of the trickiest thing as well, because here you need to memorize it, the main point. But if you're able to understand, bingo. So agile is a flexible, iterative approach to software development. Okay, which is iterative. What do you mean by iterative? Created with the follow one by one processing. Yes, firstly we do this, then this, then this, then this. Is it? So agile is a flexible, anytime you can do, iterative, one by one, to software development that emphasizes what? Collaboration, customer feedback and small frequent releases. Okay, so basically a layman approach to a particular project, because when you build a project, like I built this, you guys are giving me feedback on my videos in the comment section, what you need, how I can improve myself, what is the content, how you look like. So all these feedback, I will take it and I will improve myself. Yes. So this way, like every person do in this particular manner, but this manner is called as agile methodology in the terms of software engineering. Yes. So here are some principles. Okay, one of the main or directly asked problem is, what is the main? If you think, I don't know why we need to study agile methodologies and stuff that we are going to cover in next slides, which is, these are the things which is actually used in the company. Let it be any service based, any product based, you will be using agile or anytime Scrum framework or any types of models. Okay, we'll let you know the most important models, but if these things fascinating you, so do check out the tutorial of this. Okay, you just away from YouTube search, just write it and you will get a whole detailed video on every topic that I'm covering here. But here I'm just covering the important stuff that you should know. Now, customer collaboration is the first thing. Without collaborating, how we'll end up getting all the requirements? Okay, because here you are solving the customer problem. Yes, so individual process and tools, like individuals over processes, like people are more given importance than the tools that we're gonna use. Okay, so responding to change. Okay, prioritizing the people behind the processes and tools, as I said. Responding to change. If client told to change something, we are welcoming the change requirement even late in the project as well, because there is a cycle that we need to follow. I will let you know the diagram as well. So face-to-face communication. Without face-to-face communication, how you communicate with the emotions, okay, and without having any misunderstanding. If you're talking on chats, if you're doing some video chats, it can be some cumbersome and not able to understand something, but if you are in front to front, face to face, then definitely you're able to explain any stuff very easily. Okay, the most effective way to communicate is face to face. Now, Agile allows team to adapt changing requirement even late development process. So this is the core advantage of Agile. Okay, anytime you can push update, and even your project is ready to deploy, but still you want to add something, your process will restart again. It is very significant and mostly used in the company. Okay, so please, customer collaboration, individual processes, individual over. Well, person is more important than tools. You can say either in that way also. But individual over processes or tools responding to the clients or change or face-to-face communication. Repeat by yourself again. Okay, now the main thing, most of the people usually say about the principle, but more people remember through pictorial representation. Either you can talk about the phases, okay? The phases involved in Agile methodology. Yes, firstly, plan. First of all, when we need to execute any plan, we need to have a total roadmap or plan. How we gonna execute, what we need to execute. After your plan is done, you need to design the stuff, okay? You need to have a website, you want a application or what tools that you use, everything has been done. Now you need to give a structure or the physical thing to your product as well, which will be a website or it will be a application like a UI UX. Is it? So now your design part is done. Now from design part, it will go towards the developer part, where the developer will start developing the particular design whichever came from the design team. Yes, it will take few months. After that, the testing part will be gonna start, where testing team will continue test on the product where the development team pushed. Okay, so after testing, if it is everything is good, then it will go to the deployment phase, and after the deployment phase to the review phase, where we'll check the customer feedback, how the customer is responding, is there any error or not. If there is no errors, reviews is pretty good, then we'll launch the product in the market. Okay, so review part, if you think, Aditya, in this part, we're not launching in the public. No, we are launching in the public, but for set of people. Okay, for a set of people. As you can see in Amazon Prime as well, they firstly launched the product or Prime's Great India Festival sale for Prime members first. Okay, because their set is small and the public sale is having more quantity of people. So yes, when it is successfully done, they also they are done from their side, but they need to check, okay, is there any failure or is there any customer I'm facing? So they are firstly trying to give exclusive access to Prime, and itself they are checking their product as well. Now their product is working fine, then it is live for everyone who can use or able to use the Amazon.in. Yes, so this is a particular Agile methodology I talked about. Now, the question number 4, which is again the most important, which is waterfall model versus iterative waterfall model. So this is a type of SDLC models where we take any of the model to build our project. So if you see this particular diagram, which will give you better vision, which is requirement analysis, design, coding, implementation, testing, operation, deployment, and maintenance. So this is a rigorous flow of a waterfall model. And here is a drawback as well, because there is a competitor which is iterative waterfall model, which means you have a line with every stage. Don't you think? As you can see, there are multiple lines. This line is there, this line is there, this line is there, this line is there, this line. What it means, Aditya? It means that at any time, if your code won't fail or it not working, like your design didn't work, but if it does not work and the feedback is negative, then we'll again restart our application from feasibility study. Okay, we'll again go to the first stage or the any other requirement analysis stage or wherever stage that we want to, because we have a connection. We have a connection as well. So yes, this is the advantage over waterfall model. As you can see, there is no backtracking. Okay, we can't go backtrack to any of the previous stage where we want to. So this is a demerit. Okay, so this is the first difference that I want to tell you. And the workflow is particularly simple. Okay, now waterfall model, I try to create very easy or one pointer so that it will be able to sit into your mind for long. Yes, approach which is linear. As you can see, everything is moving in a linear fashion, is it? And okay, complete one, then go to the next part as I shown in the picture. Allows feedback and improvement, which means it is not linear. It can go back as well if we need to improve something. Okay, direction, which is one direction. Is it? We have a one directional flow. Don't you think? We are going down and down and down. Yes. So no going back, but can revise the previous phase very easily because we have a joint of all these stages. Now, a rigid, no changes in mid phase, but here we are flexible and it allows all the changes that we want to. Feedback only at the end, but in this iterative waterfall model, feedback during the development, as you can see, maintenance, this is the point of feedback, okay? Then only we are backtracking to the next previous phases that we went through. But here, there is no feedback loops, is it? Which is making some issues. Yes. Now, higher risk of late issues, definitely, because here, if you see clearly, let me remove something. If you see clearly, we are traversing till the end, is it? But we are not going back. If any time the client is not satisfied, then definitely there is no way to backtrack. So definitely your work would be late with few hours or few days. But here, if any time the feedback is bad, we'll go to the backtrack to the next previous stage, try to implement something. If again it is not working, again I will go to the backstage and redesign my product again, which will save my good amount of time. Okay, so early issues detection, lower the risk. Great. Fixed, well-defined requirement, project needing adjustment. Okay, what it means? Let's say you are at a coding implementation part. Okay, and you thought of, okay, I will use Next.js or Express and Node.js, but at some time you find that it is going some different way. Can't we use fast API? So here, if you're talking about waterfall model, you don't have any option. You need to use the thing, whatever choose or whatever you gather in the requirement analysis stage. Okay, but if you are here in the iterative waterfall model and you thought of applying the fast API instead of Express and Node, then definitely you will be shifted to the very first thing and you can redesign it. Okay, or any of the stages where you want to, or your doubt will be resolved. Okay, so that you are able to change the tech stack, whatever will be good fit for that particular product. Yes, so easy with strict timeline, because whatever we decide and whatever stages we have definitely had a timeline, because we are not gonna change, we're not gonna spend time on the feedback, then definitely we will be on the time. But here there are more efforts, because at every iteration people have option to go or backtrack to the previous stage, which will definitely increase the time a bit. Sometimes people think, okay, I'm not satisfied with the current thing. Should we go back and check how we can do it? So we need to do that. So just a loss of time is there in iterative waterfall model. So I hope it is very clear and crystal points which will help you to learn about the waterfall and iterative waterfall model. Okay, so now the understanding of Scrum. Most of the company, let it be fintech or product based or service based, they use Scrum Sprint, which is the framework of Agile methodology. As I wrote, Scrum framework. Let's discuss what it is all about. So Scrum is a box, or Scrum is popular for framework used within Agile that breaks work into time box iteration called sprints, usually 2-4 weeks long. When I was on the interview, the interviewer asked me, okay, how much long sprint will go, or in what is the duration of a sprint? So yes, sprint duration is 2 to 4 weeks. Okay, most of the company do follow the sprints. So what do you mean by agile? Now, if you are understanding every line, and definitely the flexible, if you know, it is one of the flexible thing, and the iterative approach to the software development, which emphasizes collaboration and customer feedback. So try to remember this anytime. Okay, when you are reading through and you got a word that you studied just now, try to recall it again so that it will be into your mind and stay for long. Great. So there are 3 main parts of Scrums that we're going to discuss, which is key roles. What are the roles which are present in the Scrum? Because Scrum is not about in development, it's about the team as well, where the team part will be also there, as we can see, product owner, Scrum Master and development team. But we have artifacts in Scrum and Scrums in event as well. But we'll discuss the product owner first. So defines the project backlog, which is requirement. Okay, if any backlog is there, or how we need to build again, or is there any delaying is that we need to check with the product owner who is. So Scrum Master facilitates the team and ensure adherence to the Scrum process, which is a person who is totally looking on the sprints. Okay, is that working on the current manner or not? Every checks will be done by the Scrum Master. development team implements the work and coding testing, which name itself state. So I hope the key roles is pretty clear with all of us. Okay, let's talk about the artifacts in Scrum, which is product backlog, sprint backlog, and increment. So we talk about product backlog, which is list all the features to be developed. Okay, it may be delayed one, it may be the current one. Sprint backlog features start to be completed in the current sprint. Let's say you are in the sprint where 2 weeks of duration is there. So you decided to build 2 features. So you need to build it. It will be the sprint backlog until you not build or develop that particular feature. So increment, the working software produced at the end of each sprint. What it means is you decided to build login sign up page in a sprint. Let's say so 2 week, which will have a intuitive database management where you are pushing all the data into the database, as well as you are logging out feature is also there. So your goal of the sprint is you need to build the entire authentication system. So after the sprint end or before sprint end, you should have your working project with that. That's why we call it increment. So Scrum events, which is sprint planning, deciding want to work on the upcoming sprint, what would be the time duration. It may be there will be functions in between, how to manage the sprint timelines and stuff. So daily stand up, okay, it is usually happen in the team as well, where the active thing, the problems, the ongoing feature development or anything that you want to introduce with your team will be happen. These daily stand up is most occurring thing in the company as well. When you join the company, you will grab your coffee and have your daily stand up there. Yes. So sprint review, demonstrating the work, whether it is complete or not. Sprint retrospective, name itself, reflecting on what went well and what could be the improved for the next sprint. So I know this is a bit theoretical video, but yes, this is one of the important video. If you missed it, then you gonna regret it, because this question will be asked to you if you are aiming any role. Okay, Ninja Digital Prime. If you don't believe, please go to the April and I would say June and July interview sessions and watch the question that were asked there. Now, difference between Agile and Waterfall model. Now you thought of what we studied just now. We studied Waterfall and iterative Waterfall model. Okay, I know it's a bit confusing, but we studied iterative and simple waterfall model. But here we have an agile, which is in the agile methodology, and we have a waterfall model, which is SDLC. Yes, so agile is an iterative, which means one by one, same like simple waterfall model. Linear, complete the one phase, then next, and short, frequent. It is short and frequent iterations. But here we need to complete one, then only we can move to the next phase. Changes incorporated at any stage, like iterative waterfall. Rigid, difficult to incorporate the changes until you are not reaching to the main feedback loop. So customer interaction, constant customer interaction with the stakeholders. Agile methodology, one of the principles, limited to the customer feedback until the end, because if in between customer interfere, then definitely it will not be entertained, because there is no going back option in simple waterfall model. Frequent releases of working software, single release at the end of the project. So I hope this is the very crystal clear points which will stay into your mind, which is totally based on a definition. Whatever you read in the Agile is same used here, as well as whatever read in the Waterfall, it is same used here. Okay, great. So TCS Endgame, what Tony Stark think. So Tony Stark also think you should test yourself, because there are people who are testing whether they will win the Infinity War or not, or the Endgame or not. So there was only one possibility. So you also have one possibility, which is TCS Endgame Interview. Okay, yes. If you are taking the mock session, then definitely you can check whatever software engineering terms you remember, whatever SQL learned, whatever DBMS you learned, how much you know. Okay, you will test yourself, your communication self, your memory power. Whatever we are question asking to you, if you're able to answer it, then done. You are definitely converting your interview opportunity into the offer letter, so that you can make your parents proud. Okay, it will be of in-depth 1 hour of mock session where the technical part will be done, your code, your resume, your communication, your speaking, HR, managerial, all the things will be done here. If you talk about full interview simulation, will be given you the full vibe. Okay, then the resume review, where we'll let you know what are stuff that you need to improve and where your resume is lagging, so that after the modification, your resume will stand out from the crowd. So personalized feedback and expert guidance, which is given to you totally based on your 1 hour of session. The motivation, guidance, doubt solving, resume, review stuff, your weakness, how you can overcome it, where you are lagging, what is your strength zone, what is your weak zone, and how you can drive your interview. If you have the TCS date with you, please have a mock session with us, and definitely you can make your parents proud, because this session will be taken by the TCS Prime crackers who took the mock session from us. Okay, and they are mentoring you now. So now, thanks for watching this channel. If you are still watching, I appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. If you have not, like this video, because this will definitely motivate me to bring more interview videos, and let me know whether you need interview series or not. Definitely I will start putting up interview series which will definitely help you out to crack your interview, as well as share with your friend so that the upcoming TCS opportunity your friend can also crack. So we'll meet you with a new video soon.